Hey y'all, welcome back to Healing Gardens. We are going to do a quick tour, and I just want to show you what's all going on since the last one. It's been about 2.5 weeks, and it is amazing the growth that has happened in the garden. So it's cold, windy, and I'm in between rainstorms here, so we're going to do this pretty quick. All right, y'all, here is our Can you see this? It's almost as tall as me. This is cabbage gone to seed. And then there's onions in there that have been in there since last year. We also have a mullein plant that is doing great. Here's our onions. They're doing really well, as can be expected considering I got them in really late. This is a new bed, and I do believe we have some babies sprouting. Those are red noodle beans. They cute. Happy birthday babies. And I made this kind of trellis out of some sticks that I had. We also have another bed of onions. This I just planted Monday. They have tripled in size. These are mustard greens. Tripled in size since I put it in there. Aren't they pretty? I can't wait to eat those. Another cabbage gone to seed. This one tipped over. I'm going to fix that later. Our elderberries, I believe those were still sticks. I have 5 sticks that are now elderberries. Our figs aren't doing as well. I have 1 out of 12. And these are just some other random plants, some yarrow and different things. This is the only tomato plant from our tomato experiment. And I'm happy with that. This, I'm not sure what this is because the label came off, and I'll have to look back and see what we winter sowed, but it's doing well. Our Swiss chard is doing well. And this was supposed to be dill, and something else fell in there as well. But that's all from our winter sowing. We didn't have great success with it. And over here, these are tomatoes. They are about a foot behind what I had last year, but again, I think it's the cold nights. Unless you have a greenhouse, they just don't do well. And these are roselle I planted a month ago, and looks like I'm just going to replant. You see that green tip on that pecan tree? Well, I've been feeding these carrots to the rabbits, and I tasted one the other day, and they're amazing. So, sorry rabbits, but they will not be getting a lot more of those. I have this container as well that I am feeding to the rabbits, and this container. And our iris bed is doing fantastic. I'm really pleased with how this is going. Looks like some of the alyssum I dumped in there is going to come up. This is our beautyberry. I dug this up at my sister's last year. And then it's got a mullein and a mint to keep it company. This is all volunteer. Red mustard and looks like some dill. So that should make a nice pot until it gets too hot around here. I planted a bunch of noodle beans in here and some dill. And we've got some cabbage and mallow in this pot. I took out all the radishes except for this one that is going to seed. Isn't that pretty? Just love it. And this is our garlic chives, doing really well. Onions, those got a little wind blown and hail on them last night, but they're doing great. And this, the star of the show, we've got, look at that, our first strawberry. So we've got cilantro and strawberries, and it's very heavy with rain. I would say it is completely saturated. Some spinach and Calabrese broccoli, Swiss chard, basil, chives or stevia, I think it's chives, marigolds, some more beautiful chard, and somewhere around here is my bushy cucumber and lemon basil and Calabrese broccoli or rapini, I'm not sure which. Either one, they produce a nice, isn't that lovely? They produce a nice little stalk, and you just harvest several stalks, and for your stir fry. There is our onion bed, and on the back side you see the mint. So we've got quite a few, and then our iris at the end, and our desert willow has leafed out. Boy, that was sneaky. I didn't even notice that. You can see against that box the green. We're still working on the pathways and the mulch, but getting there little by little. That is Roselle, and that is Roselle. Self-seeded Roselle, and there's a few in this onion bed as well. There's our new rosemary plant I bought. It's doubled in size since I got it. And then this is our Vitex, and I'm hoping that somewhere in this pot is the Jewels of Opar, because I enjoyed that plant so much last year. And blackberry. Blackberries have not shown any signs of leafing out, so I'm not expecting much from them. Our sage, you can look back and see in the last video, it was not nearly this big. And our beautiful little rosemary and this cilantro, I'm gonna come and harvest about half of that, dehydrate it for my herbs. It's doing great. I've got some beautiful dill coming, and very exciting. This is our grapevine. Might be trying to sprout. And then our sugar snap peas, and I popped a kale in here. This pot's more than big enough to support whatever we want to grow in there. And then there's our garlic, still doing great. Blueberries are budding and budded. So a lot of the flowers have come out and fallen, and it remains to be seen how many blueberries we get. But I am going to get my insect cover out to put on that. And there's our new blueberry from Aldi's, and look at how cute. And it's going to make blueberries this year, so we're gonna let it. This is kohlrabi. I'm gonna come out and do another thinning. I've already thinned it once and cooked that down to eat. And here's our new herb bed with thyme I need to get some mulch in here. And oregano, and another thyme, sage, cilantro. Very happy. I'm also going to get my bucket. I'm going to get my bucket of fertilizer out and start putting a little fertilizer on everything so that the rain we get tomorrow can help wash that into the soil. This is cilantro and onions, some carrots, stragglers from last year, and some sugar snap peas. I've got basil, and I've got chives planted, but I don't think they're coming. This one is mallow and onions, and these are some of our biggest onions. Those I planted in the beginning of February. And see the difference. From that is about 18 inches tall to those. I planted those less than a month ago. So the secret is get them in early. And this is our giant comfrey that has just exploded, and our asparagus fern. We, of course, did not eat any asparagus this year. Oh, stay there. And we didn't eat any asparagus this year. It's too little. We planted it from seed, so it's just going to take a few years to grow, but we'll just keep it in there. I'm probably going to have to transplant it out of that pot and add it to a pot that has more soil. And there are some beautiful big onions. Nice big stalks. They are so happy. Can we get in there? Yeah, look at that. So happy. Looks like I need to get a potato for that pill bug. Like Jess from Roots and Refuge said, feed them potatoes. And this is a whole bucket of rapini and broccoli rabe. And I am hoping and praying that we have time to get a harvest out of there. I moved one of my roselle over here. Look at that. That's a transplant from Oklahoma. Here's our new flower bed. And there's a bunch of stuff popping up. It's like mulch, right? I planted okra all the way along this fence. You see a few mint babies coming up. I'm fine with that. They can take over. And I'm going to plant all this whole fence line with okra. I planted the back fence. It's all going to make a very nice backdrop for filming. I just love that herb bed. It's so pretty. So my garden, if you don't know, is 12 by 22, and it kind of borders on the edge of where my niece's stuff is. And this is the border, my border. Look at that. These plants were small, well, about this size. The other day I planted them in that pot, and now they're at least 3 times as big since Monday. It's amazing. So this is the edge of my yard. And then we get into mulch on the edge of my yard. And then to the left is my driveway. So I don't have a lot of space, as you can see. And I'm just so happy with everything growing. Just beautiful, beautiful. And as we get more mulch in place, it will start looking better and better, in my opinion. Because right now I have different layers of cardboard, and as I cover those with mulch, it just looks put together, you know. So I'm just real happy with how everything is growing. And that hail came in last night and it left as fast as it came. So I'm thankful for that. So there's my fence. You can see on the other side of that pot. And then there, that's my edge. And then everything over there is my niece's. So excited to share this with you. So please tell me, what are you growing? What seeds are you sowing? And do you have any questions for me? I love answering questions. Thanks so much for coming along. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.